Remember the How I Got Here video I made? It's another long story. Well, there are two key stories that I left out. And to be honest, I don't want to share them with you. They aren't happy stories, but they are important stories. And I wouldn't be telling you these stories if I didn't think they would encourage someone in some way. Let's get to it. Everyone needs a good cry now and then, right? Okay, picture me at my first job out of college, working a lot, but also learning a lot of cool tax skills. After 2 years, I got to the point where my heart wasn't in my work. I wasn't happy, and I found myself being really negative about my situation and not doing anything to improve myself and circumstances. It was early summer, so we had just wrapped up busy season. In my mind, I was going to start looking for a new job later in the year if things didn't get better. And then one day I was called into a partner's office who then told me to head next door to another partner's office. Sure, no problem, I thought. But when we walked in, the HR director was sitting at the partner's desk. We sat down and nobody had a smile on their face. Oh, this isn't gonna be a good meeting, is it? No time is wasted, and I'm told by the partner that helped hire me that I was being terminated. Clearly getting emotional, he immediately gets up and leaves me with the HR director, who discusses what happens next. I then go pack up my desk and then lose it as I tell my ex-coworkers what happened. Like, I'm pretty sure I was ugly crying. It wasn't pretty. I go back to the partner's office to tell him I'll be all right. It was great working with him. I could tell he didn't want to do what he just did, and he told me I'll never forget these words. Maybe working at a smaller firm would suit me better. I didn't know what to make of that in the moment, but he was right. He knew I would thrive in an environment where there was more freedom and opportunity for shaking things up. A place where I could get more attention to help me improve. Because I was terrible at reviewing my work, maybe that's why I was terminated. Even though I was planning on leaving the firm, getting terminated was still a blow to my pride and self-worth. Turns out I put a lot of my identity in that job, and when it was taken away, I became a mess. Fast forward to my job that I had before I started my firm. I had joined this firm with the intention of having ownership in some way. Sound familiar? And 2 years into working there, I was presented with an opportunity as the owners were pivoting to growing their nonprofit accounting firm and leaving their CPA firm. They wanted to sell me most of their tax clients. Having just read Never Split the Difference, I thought I was ready to negotiate and get a great deal. Well, we almost instantly gridlocked because to me, I was buying the client, so paying full price or 1x their revenue wasn't worth it. It would have been different if I was buying into systems and employees, but I had built the systems and I was gonna be the only employee. As these discussions were happening, another CPA firm owner asked me if I was interested in joining his team. So while I was trying to negotiate the start of a firm over here, I was being tempted with being an employee over here. And the more I thought about it, the more I started to realize that paying the price they wanted for those clients and the amount of money that I would make off them meant I would have to work really hard to increase revenue. And what if that revenue didn't come? I had a 2-year-old and my wife was a full-time stay-at-home mom, so it's not like I had a lot of cash runway. My fear of failure and the unknown started to overtake my desire to run my own firm. Even though I knew it would take a lot of work at this other job, a guaranteed paycheck was worth it. So I went with being an employee. The two partners connected and worked out a handshake deal with the client list that they were trying to sell me. And I would end up servicing those clients at my new job on top of other clients. I quickly transitioned to the new role and started learning the ins and outs of this new firm. It seemed like everything was going great. And on the third day of working there, I was asked to step into the conference room where only the partner was in there, and he proceeded to tell me that I wasn't a good fit and let me go. Before you make any judgments on him or me, know that I have a good relationship with him to this day, but I think I can still say that was one of the hardest days of my life. I had just uprooted myself from a firm only to be let go. What do I do now? What happens to those clients? I tucked my tail in between my legs, met up with one of the partners that was originally going to sell me his clients, and asked him if there was anything I could do to come back, because we had officially transitioned the clients over to the other firm. He told me now was the time to show up and make a decision. This is the moment and there's no backing out after this. So we set up a plan on how to make it work where I could work for them for one more tax season, then launch my firm with the clients that I serviced. But I wasn't 100% in yet. I still had to think it over and talk with my wife about the decision. Believe it or not, I sent a tweet beckoning for help with the decision. To all my small tax firm owners on Twitter, I need some encouragement. Do I buy out my current book of clients and hustle like crazy to add more clients to try to provide for my family? Or work for a bigger firm and have stability / a guaranteed paycheck? And boy, did the tax Twitter community show up with the encouragement to push me into running my own firm. It was now clear to me the decision that needed to be made, and I think it's obvious now which one I made. Duh. And in that following tax season, I added about 50 new clients all by myself that I didn't have to buy. This gave me hope that I could run my own firm and provide for my family. Spoiler alert, I've been running my firm for almost 3 years now and make enough money to where I just hired my first employee. Those big failings I went through only brought more opportunities for me to succeed. I know they say to never give up. I did kind of give up at one point, but it still led to something greater. I hope this encourages you to take a step into something new, even though you may fail. If you haven't seen it, I have videos showing how much I made in my first and second year of firm ownership. Please subscribe and watch all my other videos so I can get monetized by the end of 2023. Thanks for watching. Iced coffee. Oh, refreshing. For all my ASMR fans out there.